Please be advised that everything in my video is purely for entertainment purposes. These are purely my thoughts and opinions and are subjective. I must advise you to please do your own research. All media used is found on the public domain and are fair use and fair dealings. Hey guys, hope you're all doing well. You'll be pleased to know this is one of 2 videos that will be coming out in the next 24 hours. This video today, I will be covering Megflix. Yes, the huge deal that Netflix have agreed to sign up Harry and Meghan. Or not so much as Harry and Meghan, but more the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. They will reportedly be able to earn up to $150 million. It depends where you read it though. I am reading across different outlets. Some people are saying $75 million, some $150 million. I don't think that they really know. I think they're basing it on like a rough approximate. Ryan Murphy, the creator of Glee and American Horror Story, he got up to $300 million. They poached from ABC Shonda Rhimes. She wrote the, well, she's the creator of Grey's Anatomy, both fantastic shows. I never was a massive fan of Grey's Anatomy because I don't like hospital stuff, but we know that Meghan is because she quoted several lines from Grey's Anatomy in some of her speeches where people have said that she's plagiarised from, so she's obviously a big fan. And then the biggest deal that I saw was the Obamas signing up Michelle and Barack to do it was multi-series, multi-years of doing Netflix. When they give these big figures, it's generally over a course of a number of years. Now, no one jump on me because I'm going to talk about the Obamas. Politically, I'm based in the UK. I have no understanding of American US politics. I know before when I've mentioned Trump, people have like angry typed at me going, how dare you mention him? I know it's obviously a massive debate for you guys out there, but I'm staying politically neutral. As I said, I do not understand your politics. I can barely understand our own politicians' actions, let alone yours. So I'm staying completely neutral. But when you think about what the Obamas have to offer, they're both very intelligent people, regardless of which way you vote politically. Michelle was Harvard educated, a lawyer. She has raised 2 teenage daughters, for the past like 20 odd years. And she's been married to Barack near enough 30 years. All in all, the life experience that they've had as a couple, as a family, being campaigning to be in the White House, being in the White House. They have got a lot more life experience on the whole to offer. Whereas Prince Harry, on the other hand, all right, he had the one job in the army for 10 years. We've heard from lots of army sources over the years that he was pretty much mollycoddled through that. People said that he's a qualified Apache helicopter pilot. He's not. He was assistant, basically gunner, so he would fire the guns when they went up. A lot of the pictures that we saw of Harry, playing with all of the remote controls inside the Apache helicopter were kind of like set up PR. The palace has never come forward to confirm or deny this, which makes me think it's absolutely true. Harry has also grown up in palaces with a team of servants, staff, PR people around him, a security team, friends that have always bailed him out of trouble. The amount of things that Harry did get in trouble with growing up, okay, you can put that down to being young and immature, but he's never lived the life really where he's had the chance to grow up. And now is the perfect example where Charles and the Queen are still bailing them out and paying for them, giving them support financially when they wanted financial independence. It's a bit like them wanting a private life to protect Archie, and now they've signed up to this huge whopping deal. Meghan, on the other hand, she's got more life experience. Obviously, she's got an old marriage, and then she divorced Trevor, so this is her 3rd marriage. Archie's 2 years old now, so she's got a little bit of experience as being a mother, but every time that we've seen Archie, it's very stage managed, and yeah, I leave you to your own minds on that one. I don't want to get involved in the whole like Archie Meghan thing, but needless to say, my personal opinion is he is nothing more than a prop. You seem to see them out and about quite a lot, and he is never with them. Seems very bizarre. You've got lots of A-list celebrities, directors, screenwriters, really famous people walking around the streets of LA with their children, and they don't care. So it's just, I just find this whole thing of protecting Archie, it's really weird. Now, there's lots of blinds going around that Meghan is shopping Archie's pictures to the highest bidder. Only time will tell if that's true. If it is true, I hope that's a wake-up call for the people that are still blindly following them. So it's got nothing to do with protecting their child, but merching him for the most amount of money. Meghan also has a weird obsession with suing absolutely everybody at the moment. She is literally litigation happy. which should be a concern for anyone that wants to work with her. Obviously, she doesn't have a good reputation at keeping staff because she's so demanding, very controlling and downright rude. So it'd be interesting to see who is willing to work alongside her and how long they stay for. There's so many contradictions with Meghan still, where she says that she's a feminist, but she's hanging on to these titles tooth and nail. You know, she is using her Duchess title on everything that she appears on. So that to me is something, why is she not proudly being Meghan Markle? Because she knows she's nothing without the title. So how is it that these two that have got no experience, no education in producing, writing, directing shows have managed to grab such a prominent, huge potential earning deal with Netflix? With the director of Netflix actually coming forward and saying that how proud he was to have had this unprecedented reach on signing the duo. It's clearly not their talent. We know this from Meghan's voiceover skills and Harry's boring, monotonous TV shows that he does of late. It's simple. He is the Queen of England's grandson and she is the wife of the Queen of England's grandson. That's it. No talent, experience, portfolios, years of hard work, gambles of making a product and trying to sell it, trying to pitch it to people and not knowing you've got everything hanging on it. No failure, no nothing. Just literally, yep, they get one of the most prominent roles because of who they are, because of their links. Now remember, Meghan doesn't like to be ranked, she likes to be linked, but it's all about using their titles, isn't it? She is ranking herself every time she calls herself the Duchess. That's basically saying that I am a woman, I am a USA citizen, but I'm also a Duchess. I'm that little bit more important than you. That's not just how it reads for me, that's how I see that it reads to a hell of a lot of Americans as well, which find it perplexing that as a proud feminist and US citizen that she is still using that title, because they don't recognise titles in America. They fought a war, you know, over not having any sort of connections to royalty. So I would imagine it does put a few people's noses out of joint that Meghan's still marching around calling herself the Duchess every time. I think it's become very clear at this point that Meghan and Harry didn't want privacy. They didn't want to do like the boring kind of royalty sort of jobs, the way that they sold it to everyone. They didn't want to, you know, go around to schools and visit and do that sort of work. It turns out they do want to do that, but they want to monetize it. They want to go to a charity and be humanitarians or do philanthropic things, but they want to get a paycheck at the end of it, which to me just screams pure greed. If they were true humanitarians, they had the perfect platform being part of the royal family. Meghan and Harry could have gone off and done their own thing with a few restrictions in place, but they never would have had to want for anything, pay bills, you know, even clothing budgets and stuff, which were just ridiculous. You know, they wouldn't have had to worry about anything for the rest of their lives, which meant they could have focused all of their time and efforts on charities and promoting causes that are close to their heart, but they didn't because they wanted money. This is always what it's been about. And for someone as rich as Harry that grew up with palaces and stuff like that, I find it absolutely disgusting that he could actually turn out to be that greedy himself. We all know that he's basically got a hoop for his nose and he's being led around by it, but still something else. But it's still shocking to see a former prince of the United Kingdom behaving in such a greedy, thirsty way. The typical press release when the news got announced from the Sussex duo was typical of Meghan's word salad. They will be creating content that also gives hope. Okay, sounds a little bit cheesy already, doesn't it? As new parents, making inspirational family programming is also important to us, as is powerful storytelling through truthful and relatable lens. Well, the fact that lens, and there was also mention of shining lights. I think we know who wrote these predictable buzzword paragraphs. Bizarrely, she ends it, however, which has raised a few question marks, is they want to show impactful content that unlocks action. What? Unlocks action? Is action locked up? What's locked up? What? It doesn't even make sense. I take this whole thing as a big translation of we're going to preach to you about what you should do, but remember, it's what we tell you to do, not what we do ourselves. And as for providing inspirational family programming, that's laughable in itself, isn't it? Meghan has cut off her entire family, right? Both sides of her family, her dad's side of the family completely, her mum's side of the family. Only Doria is allowed in their lives, and even that, you know, it's probably she's walking a tightrope every day. Meghan has got quite a large family. She's got a larger family than me on both sides. She has cut every single member off. Are you telling me every single member of her family did wrong by her? And then you go to Harry. Harry, huge family. His family, he got along with his family his whole life. You see him with his cousins. You see him with Mike Tyndall mucking around and playing. Harry, you know, was loved by all of his family. He was always up to something. He was mischievous. He was fun. He was playful. And now look at the boring, very serious, woke Harry that we have. His grandparents, the Queen and Philip, have only ever seen Archie, what, once? They've taken Archie away from all of his family, all of his cousins, even, you know, potentially knowing part of his life. They know how to cut them off, how to degrade them, how to write nasty stories about them in the book, how to vilify them. But what do they actually know about forgiveness and compassion and, you know, having that kind of brotherhood, sisterhood bond when they have literally pooped on everyone from high above, haven't they? But before everyone completely despairs at Netflix, this $150 million deal is not a done deal. They can earn up to that, as this tweeter here explains. They will get paid for the content that they make, and then they will then get bonuses if the show is successful. Chances are the first show that Harry and Meghan make, you will have people tuning into it. You will have the fan base, but then you will also have people like me with morbid curiosity, wouldn't we? It's just Car Crash TV. And to just, you know, so I can at least read it, watch it, write about it. But after that, I'd imagine it would flop, because who wants to listen to two woke, liberal, rich elitist people preach on about how we should behave, what we should do, how we can save the planet, when they do not do these things themselves? You have to practice what you preach to be successful. And whereas you look at the Obamas, yes, they have used people to help make these shows for them, but they are a lot more a likeable couple. They have got a lot more substance to them. Whether you like them or not, and don't start, you know, obviously having to go at me, because it's nothing to do with politics, but they have actually earned their kind of salt in life. They've got something to write about. What do Meghan and Harry clearly have to write about? What true experiences do they have? They're so busy making out their victims to the world. They've never really had a chance to look around and go, oh, hey, we should actually be grateful for our lot in life. They are perpetual whining victims that are litigation happy. You know, any studio, any producers, anyone that works for them is going to be like a cat on a hot tin roof all the time, aren't you? To making sure that you don't upset Madam Meghan. And the biggest problem that you've got with these, what would you call, as I said, champagne socialists, people that preach to us from their ivory towers, they want us to change, but it's from their own kind of perception and ideologies. They want us to be this particular way and advise us how we can become better people if we do it their way. I don't want to do it your way. And that is the biggest problem with people like Harry and Meghan. This is why people will turn off in their absolute droves. Let's be truly honest. Would Meghan Markle, without her marriage to Harry, if she was plain old Meghan Markle from Suits, have walked the yellow carpet at the Lion King premiere, hugged Beyonce, spoken to the CEO of Disney at the time, Bob Iger? Would she have got Disney voiceover work? Would she have been interviewing Gloria Steinem? Would Michelle Obama be promoting her onto the, you know, as a speaker on some of the political shows that she's been setting up? Chances are no. But would Prince Harry's wife have been given all these opportunities, no matter who she was? Yes. Yes, she would have. It's not what you know, it's who you know. Remember everyone, Meghan doesn't like to be ranked, she likes to be linked. I'm sorry, but that's not going to wash until she drops those titles. Anyway guys, as I said, I'll be back with you with another video very, very soon. Bye!
If you like my video, please remember to like and subscribe. Please, angry typists, you will be blocked, so save your fingers the time. If you would like to buy me a coffee, please go to my About page and click the link. Love, Taz.